Coño, 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 coño que mamón, coño que mamona, mierda, mierda, va por el ojete. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, noin, noin, noin. Hierba guay, pilla coca, pilla birra, birra, birra. Lía trompas, fuma mais. ¿Quién fuma mais? Yo fumo mais. Lío mais y fumo.
Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. For Android users, we are also available on the Stitcher app and the Play Store for Google. Now here's Chris and Kristen.
Hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And,
Hello! I like how you started that. Well, hello! Mr. Cologne's here.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize if any of my parents or my Spanish relatives are listening to the beginning.
We should put, like, if you're easily offended, warning.
Well, that's, if you don't know where that is from, then you shouldn't be one of my friends. That's the rap from the beginning of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, except that's the Spanish overdub version. I think it's
because
hilarious.
why would we have an English version?
Yeah, that's too obvious.
That's predictable, you know? Next week we'll do something in French. We'll do a different, language each week.
Oh, no, but let me tell you, what I like to do sometimes, like, I'll put on a movie.
And then put...
And I'll put it on the Spanish audio, but with English subtitles. You know, like some movies have, like, you could actually listen to the audio.
Now why? You just, like, get the sound of it?
Well, because what's
the matter with you?
Are
you American?
I'm Puerto Rican.
American.
Well, see, and like I've said before, I'm probably the whitest Puerto Rican on the planet.
Poor thing burns. He burns.
Yeah, I like the term Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
I've always called, Puerto Rican because...
Sort of here, sort of there.
Yeah, I mean, my mother was born on the island, but she came over when she was like 4. My dad was born in New York, but all 4 of my grandparents come from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
But, like, growing up, even though my mom listened to, my mom listened to salsa, like, my father, he used to, Salsa. Arriba.
So smooth. Arriba, yeah.
Well, arriba is more like Mexican, okay? I just, but like, my father, the funny thing is that my father, who was like a white boy like me, he would listen to only like Friday nights when he used to get really drunk, like more drunk than usual. he would listen to, like Spanish love songs.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, like old, this was like stuff that like,
would you like dance around? But
actually it was more like sad. It was sad love songs, like tragic love song where it's just like a guy and a guitar. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't know if that's the shit you should be listening to when you're drunk, but my father used to listen to that.
Was he in like the dark? Like...
Well, that's the whole. I mean, he wasn't. Was he sad? My father was never like a down kind of guy, but I just like. I mean, like there was Spanish music in my house growing up. I mean, and my mom can cook her ass off when it comes to like Spanish food. I got the one thing that kept me in my culture, if you want to call it that, was the Spanish food because my mom was my mom was raised her grandmother, traditional old school Puerto Rican. You don't leave if you went to the house and you didn't eat.
Oh,
it was an insult.
Yeah.
And and when I was a kid, my grandmother lived right across the street from me.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. So my grandmother used to since my mother was still at work by the time me and my brother got home from school, my grandmother used to pick us up at the bus stop. We would go to my grandmother's house. I would eat at my grandmother's house. Then my mother would get out of work. We'd go to my mother's house. Then my mom would make dinner, and I would eat dinner with my mom. And then I would wait for my dad to get home from work, and I'd eat dinner with my dad.
Like 3 dinners in one.
Oh, that's why I was such a fat little. I was a pudgy little butterball. And gordito. But that being said, a lot of people go, oh, you're Puerto Rican. How come you don't speak Spanish?
So can you speak it and understand?
Well, the funny thing is, I guess being with my grandparents, because oddly enough, my grandmother and my grandfather rarely spoke English.
Okay.
So the funny thing is, I could understand Spanish.
Yeah.
When it's spoken to me, and I guess it's part of it is like the inflection of how people talk to you, and you catch keywords, so you could kind of like
form a sentence.
Put 2 and 2 together, and it makes sense. So like I said, like my grandparents rarely spoke to me in English. You know, and so the funny thing is, I understand Spanish, but if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't translate back.
It's usually what happens.
And my grandfather.
So you're not like a real.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm sort of Rican. I'm like
can't speak it.
But the crazy thing is, like, my grandfather used to speak Spanish all the time until he had a stroke.
Oh.
And then when he had a stroke, after the stroke, then he started speaking English.
Like, was it really good too?
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's not like he couldn't speak English. He just preferred to speak Spanish.
And then after that,
after the stroke, all of a sudden he's speaking nice, crystal clear English. And it was
another stroke. He's like speaking another language.
It changed the way it changed his personality a little bit or whatever. And
it's crazy.
But then also, people need to understand that because like. They go, oh, you're Puerto Rican, and I took Spanish in high school. So people
should have gotten an A. What'd you get?
No, but that's the whole thing is that when you take Puerto Rican and Spanish are two fucking total divergent paths. And the reason the best way I could always tell
Spanish is Spanish anyway.
Well, Spanish is like the proper Spanish. Like right now, we're speaking American.
Like when they teach like English, it's like
exactly. We don't speak.
It's like proper.
Exactly, proper Spanish. Proper Spanish, when you, if you were to like literally translate proper Spanish, it's like if you were speaking Old English. Like if you were talking like medieval, forsooth and thou hast. We don't talk like that. That's English. And like I said, it's always, there's dialects. Like right now we're talking American.
They're all changing, like all like the cities and stuff. Like you can tell,
even in our own country. Down south they talk
what city people like live in.
People from Rochester.
Oh right.
Crap! I used to work for Kodak.
I never realized like frog. Like I never realized we actually said that until I went to school. And people were like,
"Oh crap!
You want a pop? What is a pop?"
Crap! I used to work for Kodak.
Oh crap!
Crap!
And I tried to alter it, so when I came back, I was like, I do not want to sound like Minnesota.
That's that. It's that Minnesota.
Like, how does Minnesota get into
Rochester? I think it's a Northern American thing.
I have no idea what happened.
North of the America.
North of the America.
Being like I don't know. Maybe it's like being close to Canada.
It's
and everybody and a bad habit
Canada.
that I picked up from the Canadians' influence here in Rochester is I call people buddy.
Oh yeah.
I call my stepson buddy.
I was just going to say, I said that to him earlier.
Hey, buddy. And that's, so even though I'm from New York City, living up here in Rochester, 6 hours away from my hometown. It changes, though. As
soon as you're there for like a year.
Yeah.
Do you say pop now?
I call people buddy. I've called soda pop.
Because I've gotten used to saying soda, and then I move back home, and sometimes I'll catch myself. Like, they're going to look at me weird now, and I've lived here.
Yeah, but I'm going to fight it, goddammit.
Yeah,
I'm still going to say coffee. I'm still going to say water.
Sounds almost like a speech impediment, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so there's different
That's
dialects.
Your dialect.
So that's the whole thing is that when you go to school, you're learning proper Spanish. The same way, like, if we were talking to someone from Jamaica, hey there, what?
That's how you would learn it in school.
Yeah,
you took Jamaican.
Yeah, you learn, learning Spanish is proper. We wouldn't understand someone from Australia. Hello, sir. Do right, it's a diggery dude. They go eat your baby.
You can do really good impressions.
Oh yeah,
really good.
Well, I love listening.
All right, I'm gonna name something. You got it.
I love listening to people's accents. So
you could do English. I've heard that.
Hello, sir.
It's almost like you're.
Well, there's difference. There's
here we go.
There's the southerner.
This is it. Yeah, he's got all the dialect.
Oh yeah, there's different. Oh yeah, because they don't. You talk to someone from Britain. There's south. South is like more like I believe the South is like the more like poor blue collar.
Oh really?
Yeah, So it's not the rich people are like Chilio, hello, and down south is.
They're drunk.
We all days. We went down to apples and pears down to the tube, and
that sounds like somebody.
It was
like who am I trying to think of?
Not Snitch or anything.
I don't know. I was gonna.
You ever see Snitch with
Yeah, whatever their name is. I was trying to think. I was gonna say like some drunk rocker.
Hello, bloke. Me and my mates went down to me flat. We took the lift down to the
you might as well just move
the underground.
They'll never know if you're not Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Who's this Puerto Rican talking to us?"
And so
when you watch the movies, okay, and you put the Spanish on, you could understand.
So what? The funny thing is, what I like to do is, and I recommend this to people who like. like if you want to learn
I
Spanish,
was gonna say learn
like
Spanish.
if you have a movie that you like and it's a movie that of course you have to have the options on the DVD.
Right.
Put the captions on English, but
That's smart. If you want to learn
the
something.
audio in Spanish.
Yeah.
And especially since it's a movie you're familiar with, you kind of know what they're saying. And
Mine are such like stupid movies that like I'll know all the stupid sayings. Like who knows? I don't even know what I was. Stop looking at me, swan, or something in like Spanish. Like I could say that to somebody, and they'll be like, "What?"
and that's and the funny thing is like being raised with my family speaking Puerto Rican, learning Spanish was a whole new world because for years when my mother wanted me to put the dishes in the cupboard, like she would do the dishes, she would say put it in the maleta. And so I used to put the dishes in the cupboard.
The maleta.
I go to school and I learned that maleta is a suitcase.
That is not right.
A suitcase is not a cabinet.
Did you fight that?
Now, that's the whole thing is that I remember when I learned in school, I said, I thought a maleta was a cabinet. He goes, no, a maleta is a suitcase.
No, you idiot.
So, I guess if you took a suitcase and stapled it to the wall, nailed it to the wall, it kind of looks like a cabinet.
Compartment?
Yeah,
What's
compartment.
cabinet then?
I have no idea.
Maleta?
But that's the whole thing. Is
I
so
have no idea.
I totally forgot. But, it's so, like people who get down on like, you're Puerto Rican, how come you don't speak Spanish? It's a different world. It's a different culture. And in Puerto Rico, when I was a kid, I went to Puerto Rico pretty much every year of my young life because my grandfather had a house, so we didn't have to pay for a hotel. So all we had to do is pay for the plane ticket.
Everywhere, I feel like
lizards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
like
lizards. Because and my grandfather had the coolest house because there was a house and there was a bit of an overhang, which was the driveway.
Yeah.
So even though the part where you drove your car under, even though there was the roof extended, you're outside, but you're covered.
All right.
So he had a hammock there. He had a TV.
Nice.
That was like his hangout spot.
His man cave.
And there were lizards everywhere.
Yeah.
Now what happens is you would catch one lizard, you would grab the tail. Sometimes it would break its own tail off and run away.
They would break it themselves.
Yeah, I think
I think
it's like a defense mechanism. They could
I know it comes off and they can.
Yeah, and so
I didn't know that they.
I think they can. Well, I think if you grab them hard enough, I think they detach their own tail, so they can.
So gross.
It saves their lives.
What
Little girls do, you pinch the sides of the lizard's face, and it opens their mouth, and then they put it on their ears. Like little girls take lizards and get the lizards to bite their ears,
and they just
like
on
earrings.
their ears.
It's like a
little fashion.
It's a little fashion. It's something that little kids
Don't tell
do.
PETA.
No, you're not. You're not hurting the lizard.
You're pinching their cheeks.
You're pinching the sides of their mouths to get them to open their mouth.
How would you like it if I did? I'm telling PETA. You just gotta pinch it real hard.
And it's something little Puerto Rican girls do. Well, they'll stay on for a little bit, and then I guess they finally let go. But girls take the lizards, make them bite their ears, and it's like wearing earrings. What
else could we do with lizards?
And so you used to
like
catch
nipples, pinching their
lizard nipple clamps.
There's so much we could do with the lizards now. Ew.
Lizard Benoit balls.
Yeah. Speaking of Benoit balls, yeah, you can strengthen your Kegel muscle with some lizards. Ew.
So you were before we were recording. You were talking.
Yeah,
about...
I heard on the radio, and then I actually saw it online. I guess that new book. It's not so new anymore, but it's been out for a while. 50 Shades of Grey. It's a 3-book series, but this is the first one. Mm-hmm. I haven't read it, but I know people who have. And it's about this guy. I believe he's like a CEO. He's just a big corporate billionaire, whatever. Has this place. I don't even know where it's located. Probably like Manhattan or something. And his name's Christian Grey. And then it's like he has this. I know she's a virgin, and I think she's in college. I know she's younger. But they get together. I don't know how. I guess I should read the book. They get together, and apparently they just have this great, sexy relationship. And he has like a secret room with like whips, chains. Kegel balls was a big thing, the Benoit balls. And now, porn shops and all that, sex toy stores are thanking 50 Shades of Grey. Whoever wrote it, they actually like sent out like a letter like, thank you so much. Their increase in sales has gone up.
So Benoit balls and Kegel balls.
And the Kegel balls.
The sales are going up.
I don't know what the scene is that happens. I feel like from what I've heard, I think it's something in the anal region with the ball, but I'm not sure what all happens in the scene. But I've just heard that they banned it somewhere actually recently, like at a bookstore. And I feel like it was in California because they ban everything. like, because they just said it was inappropriate, but like, it's like, how old are you then?
Yeah.
It's not like these older women getting it and now they can't get this book because you guys think it's too inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million books out there. Now you're gonna go after. I guess it's probably like a trend to go after that right now.
I know, but I remember hearing about this book. Like, people post on Facebook, like, "Oh, I just finished Hunger Games, so now I'm on to this next book." And people are talking about 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, oh, maybe that'll be a book I can read. Mm-hmm. Then I'm hearing all this stuff about it. I'm like, so basically I'm just reading porn at my house. Like, if I have it, I'm like, hey, Mom. Like, oh. And then, like, so yeah, all I've heard is that it's just this crazy sex book. But when I first heard about it,
mm-hmm.
You know the Twilight series?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody knows that, right?
Mm-hmm. I actually read it.
So, nice. I actually did too. Before the movie, so it's not as weird. So, I heard it was supposed to be like Twilight. They referred to it as Twilight for adults. So I'm like, so it's like a vampire thing? And then I'm hearing all these other stories where, no, it's a whole sex dungeon thing. So I'm like, this isn't Twilight.
Yeah.
And this is nothing close to Twilight, so I don't know why. They said it was like Twilight for adults.
I think...
I don't know where they were going.
I mean, there's a new trend in, like, books now where it's usually a series. Like, I mean, I guess it started innocently enough with, like, the Harry Potter books where... Like, getting the books became an event.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you got Harry Potter, you got the Twilight, you got the Hunger Games, and now...
now I guess this is for the older women.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to make a movie soon.
There was actually, like, a rush, I feel like.
Yeah, because it's hot right now.
Where was it? There was, like, a big rush where people were trying to get in to get the book. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to get the book. Why did
yeah.
you see
Well, it's
and you could get on your, like, Kindle Fire or something.
There's a natural... Humans have to be part of something,
yeah.
You're standing in line with other people. It's like a brotherhood, sisterhood.
Yeah, for the sex book. But, I don't know. I was telling you earlier, like, Kegel balls, I think they're funny because, sure, I guess it's great exercise for your little birth canal there, but you never know who's using them. Like, you could be grocery shopping with somebody and they got a Kegel ball in, but you don't know.
Well, men and women both have it, and I guess when you exercise your Kegel, it gives you a better orgasm.
Yeah, something like that.
And from what I understand, it's the same muscles as if you were trying to stop yourself from taking a piss.
Right, yeah.
And
so I can do it right now.
You can do it right now. Like, I could be doing them right now, too.
I might have a few Kegel balls up there right now. Okay, ready? Let's take a moment. Just exercise our Kegels. I was actually watching some, like, pregnancy show today. I don't know why, but she was like, something was going on. Oh, she was in, like, her 8th month, so she was, like, ready to go. Uh-huh. And they're like, she just keeps getting horny. Like, that was her whole thing. She's like, I'm always at, like, an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. So she's telling her how to do these Kegel exercises. Uh-huh. She's telling her to do, like, 200 a day.
Well, you can, yeah.
I was like, that's kind of a lot.
Well, it takes 2 seconds to squeeze.
Well, I'm going to do 200 throughout this whole podcast.
Yeah, well, think about it. I mean, if you do, that's 10 reps.
20.
10 reps.
20 right now.
What is that? 10 reps,
30.
20 sets? That's really nothing during the day.
Sweet. So now I gotta start doing that so I can just have a better sex life, basically.
When you orgasm, it's gonna be that much more intense.
Yeah, apparently supposed to make your sex life better.
I mean, they have balls, but the Kegel balls, but you really don't need it. You don't need the...
It's like a huge marble, is what it is.
Because I guess you're supposed to push against it, squeeze it.
Yeah,
and
hold it up there.
Yeah.
Then I was like, what if I let it go? It goes down my pants, and everybody sees my Kegel ball.
You gotta explain this.
Sorry, it's just my Kegel ball. Can I have it? And it says on the sex toy website, make sure you lube it. We don't want any accidents.
Yeah, so if you're gonna use Kegel balls, make sure you lube it. But you could, call me old fashioned. You could just, just.
We're cheap. We're not falling.
I don't need a rubber ball.
I'm sure I can
you
find
can go 25-cent machines.
Get a big
in
bounce
a Walmart. Nerf.
Yeah,
Nerf
exactly.
ball. Oh my god.
You can find anything to make a Kegel ball.
Yeah, it's
By the way, I'm on like 50 right now.
Okay.
Breaking a sweat.
And actually, I think with men, I think it's good with men when you get old. Like, it's good for incontinence.
Oh, probably.
And
I feel like it's all that holding muscle.
Yeah, it's all that. Yeah, it's good for you. It's supposed to be. Well, like they say, men who, if you masturbate frequently, it's
like you.
Hey, hey,
sorry.
There's nothing.
Sorry. Nothing wrong. It's healthy.
It's called. A friend of mine referred to it as becoming one with yourself.
There you go.
And there's nothing wrong with coming. Okay. Oh yeah, I like candles. You know, dim the lights, put on some music. Now I abuse myself.
Get some. Like punch a thing.
Who's my daddy? Who's my daddy? Oh yeah.
Like 10 different voices. It's just you.
But they actually say that it's good for prostate cancer. Like it's good to prevent
it.
Prostate cancer because you're cleaning your pipes. And trust me, I'll be real here. If I don't
clean your pipes,
if I don't clean those pipes every couple of days, somebody's gonna die.
He gets pissed.
Look. If I don't, heavens forbid I get into an accident and I lose my hands or something like that.
What are you gonna do? They got that pocket thing now.
Well, they got the fleshlight.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The fleshlight.
And the fleshlight is supposed to, it looks like a flashlight, but I'll be honest with you. I don't know what, I've never seen a flashlight in my life that ever looked like that.
Imagine a cop coming at me let me see the shining the flashlight in the back of your car, what's going on back there?
And I was actually, and I think we were talking about a couple episodes back, I was actually in Peep World, the show world, up here in Rochester. So
it's a very nice establishment.
Mount Hope, is it Mount Reed? Which is the one out by Lyle Avenue?
Mount Reed?
Mount Reed. Okay. Reed, yeah. I was on Mount Reed Boulevard, and I was actually at that show world, and they have one on display, and of course I didn't want to touch it, but I did touch it. It looked interesting.
Oh, when you walked in,
but it's I don't know,
what is it? Because I've seen the. Is it intimidating? Is it big?
It's a big. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is
I've seen they call it the pocket pussy. Excuse my language.
That's the whole thing. I've seen the pocket pussy.
That's smaller.
The pocket pussy small. The flashlight is this. It's a big wide base.
Dude, that's scary.
And it doesn't look like a flashlight. I think you could have easily made.
Does it have a light on it?
No.
A word light with it.
The idea is you would put that if you could keep it somewhere in your room. And if people came to your room, they would just think, "Oh, he has a flashlight and not pocket
That's
pussy."
what it goes up.
But it doesn't look like a regular flashlight.
You can build your own.
Yeah.
What?
You just get a regular flashlight, throw a bunch of Vaseline in there.
A flashlight.
What was that?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So all you got to do is gut a flashlight.
I feel like one of those, a lightsaber, but they just don't put a saber on the end.
But the one I saw,
But there's one with a mouth.
Yeah.
They're hysterical.
And there's one with
Can we get you one?
I think there's an Avatar one. There's one inspired by Avatar, which is it's 4 pussy lips or something like that.
There's one with a huge thing of Vaseline next to it. That's the picture. It's a huge tub of Vaseline. Don't forget your lube.
Yeah, I think that the one I think the fleshlight that's different than the pocket pussy is that there's actually a channel on the other end. So you can clean it out.
Yeah.
So it's not a whole
so
vacuum.
You're not just accumulating stuff inside, I guess. But on this, I know you're gonna love me.
Pouring it out like maple syrup.
Ooh, yeah, pancakes for everyone.
Toaster strudels.
Yeah, we took a wrong turn somewhere in this podcast. We took a left. I was going right. Redneck flashlight.
The redneck, what is it? Your cousin's
I think
mouth?
it's a beer can, actually.
Well, yeah, there's the beer can one.
It's got the beer can. You see it?
See, and the beer can looks a little bit more...
No, in recycling can. In recyclable can, excuse me. It has a Band-Aid on it here.
Oh my god.
That's that's more believable.
Well, see, I've seen things that are made... Now, see, I guess no beer company wants to put their name on it.
Right.
But I've seen home safes that look like an Ajax can or look like a can of Pringles or look like a can of Pepsi where it's really a safe.
Yeah.
So it's funny that they'll license themselves out to a safe, but they won't license themselves out to a pocket pussy.
And that I thought would make more money, just saying.
Well, I mean, okay, I get maybe Pepsi probably doesn't want their name on it. But I mean, Ajax? I mean, what? Well, I guess it's probably owned by Procter and Gamble or something like that. But
they got a rep to protect. Not everybody can put it on.
Or make it look like Ajax. I mean, you ever go to the dollar store and it's called Amax?
Right. I wonder what this could be.
Like a third party Ajax,
Yeah. like W Pop at Wegmans. Like, oh, this is just cola.
Fruit Rings instead of Fruit Loops. I love those generic names. What's the other one? The Frosted Flakes is
I don't even know
Frosted Flakes. And I think I have a box of it upstairs too. It's like the Great Value Walmart, but it's not Frosted Flakes. It's like I just remember, like, you know, and then there's puffed rice.
Right, puffed rice. That's always a favorite.
So, I mean, you know, so why can't they just take a beer and call it, like, you know, Bloodweiser or Heinlichen?
Yeah. See?
Heinlichen?
There it is. Heinlichen. Yeah. We took a wrong turn somewhere. I like that redneck flashlight, though.
The redneck.
It has, like, words on it. That's more believable.
Smells like your cousin.
Yeah.
If you're fucking your beer can, you might be a redneck.
Ew. Nasty. And that's that. That's the podcast for today. Call your local...
I think we've offended rednecks.
Yeah.
We've offended British people. We've offended anybody sensible enough to...
I was going to say,
doesn't want to hear about...
in the beginning.
No one wants to hear about pocket pussy flashlights.
Oh, everybody does.
But you know, the flashlight people fucking... they sponsor like a million fucking podcasts. So if they're if they're listening, they want to throw us a couple bucks, I'll be more than happy to test your product out.
Give them some free flashlight.
Flashlight. What's the other one I hear all the time? Stamps.com. Is Stamps.com one of...
What's Stamps.com?
Stamps.com is...
Stamps.com.
You can order stamps.
Oh, that's it?
And they give you a little... they give you a little... scale. I actually have the scale here, but unfortunately it doesn't work with Macs.
What does the scale do?
It's basically you use their site and you can weigh packages before you mail them out, and then you print out the postage.
Oh, okay.
And you put it on your on the.
So if anybody's into mailing,
but
go to Stamps.com.
I do have the scale, but I can't get it to work on my Mac.
It doesn't work on Mac.
And I Googled it. And so I basically have to, and I haven't even gotten to work yet, but, so Stamps.com, if you people are listening, if you want to help me out, we'll promote your product, throw us some money. Basically,
backed up with that
you have to put like
his body.
you have to put a Windows emulator on your Mac to get it to...
The whole process.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But I guess you can use their site. The funny thing is they said you can use their site for the if you have a problem with the Mac, but that's like $15 a month.
Oh, of course.
But I guess if you're a kind of person where if you're doing a lot of... Like, I ship a lot of stuff out through eBay.
Yeah.
And since primarily... I'm shipping out the same thing over and over again. I'm shipping out video games. I'm shipping out comic books. So I already know what they weigh, so I use the PayPal... I use PayPal's shipping thing because I know a comic book is 4 ounces. I know a video game is 7 ounces.
So for that, do you just put in what it is?
Yeah, I don't need the scale because I've done it so many times that I know what it's going on. I know a video game is going to cost $2.31. You know what I'm saying? I know a comic book's going to cost $1.81.
You should work for like the post office.
Well, it's just when you do something enough.
You just weigh
well, I'm selling a bunch of comic books.
You're like a carnival act. Like just go to the festival and just weigh them and be like, if you were going to ship this, this is how much it would weigh.
Yeah. So I guess if you're doing a lot of bulk stuff, I mean, $15 a month. I mean, I guess if the Stamps.com people want to do $15 a month isn't a lot if you're running back and forth to the post office. $15 a month isn't that bad because let me tell you, when you get online behind fucking idiots,
and then there's always like another person that works there is in the window next to you, just not doing anything.
Yeah, there's always...
I don't know.
They're on break.
On break.
And, you know, and trust me, I used to be a government employee. I understand that you have no motivation to work, but the post office that I go to is such a fucking headache because there's people who are sitting there. They're sitting at the window, but they're not working.
And they're just
it drives me nuts.
When I was in New York City, I just had to like mail something so stupid.
Yeah, I just want 2 fucking stamps.
I just don't know what to do.
And my local post office doesn't have that. They have like vending machines now that have stamps in them.
Yeah.
But the one that's by me doesn't have the vending machine.
Even also,
so sometimes I just need stamps, and I'm stuck behind the fucking and I probably used the word retarded before. Let me retract that. I don't mean to offend people who are retarded because these people are even dumber than retarded people. Calling them retarded is an insult to retarded people. Because I always get stuck behind the fucking idiots who don't know how to, or the people who are like, you think you're done with the transaction. Oh, and I need this. Oh, and I need that. And like, and it's the person working behind the counter is already printing up the receipt. Oh, and I need that ATM machines. I don't know why I always get stuck behind the person who cannot work the fucking ATM machine. You know what I do? Like, whenever there's a line of people behind me, like, I'll use the ATM real quick, and I'll look at them all, like, as soon as I'm done, like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Get your fucking money. Yeah. And let me tell you, because sometimes,
look at me.
What I'll do, and one thing I kind of got spoiled up here in Rochester is we actually have drive-thru ATMs. They don't have those in New York City.
Right.
But like, I know if I'm going to be doing a couple of transactions, I'll actually do half of my transaction, finish, and loop myself around. Like, if there's 2 cars behind me, but there's people.
I get nervous when like people start going. I'm like, okay, I'm going. Like, I don't know how those some people just like 15 people behind them and they're just taking their time.
Yeah, and not for nothing. I mean, I hate to, I don't want to put the wrong idea in somebody's head. Isn't that the best place to rob somebody?
Oh, yeah.
At an ATM machine, especially.
I'm just gonna be.
Well, if you want to carjack somebody, you go. I mean, you pull out your gun. I mean, the bank. I mean, the bank has a bunch of cameras, but I'm saying they got their money, they got their car. You can steal their car and their money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what we're doing this weekend.
I'm surprised people don't get carjacked at the drive-through ATM machine.
I'm nervous.
I guess it's that New York mentality.
Right.
I'm always trying to think of the worst possible angle.
To just steal from people.
And so I always get stuck behind the people who are like doing like 20 fucking transactions.
Yeah.
Or they don't know what they're doing. Like,
how do you not know what you're doing?
And I know
at this bank.
I know my ATM now. And of course, so people don't rob from me. My ATM code isn't. It's not a traditional. But I know it off the top of my. I could type it. I could type it with my eyes closed. I get stuck behind people who don't know, and then the people who infuriate me that I wish it should be legal to shoot people is the people who don't know how to use a self checkout at the supermarkets. Oh my god!
And then they gotta press like need assistance.
Yeah, and like, if you're that stupid. They should. You know what they should do? They should like make you take a test, and like you have a card. Like there should be like a
special shopper's card.
Yeah, like an ID card, and you have to prove that you know how to use his machines. Yeah, and if you're an idiot, then you have to go on the other line.
Like you guys are all over.
I always get stuck.
It's always
people in toll booths, people in the post office, ATM machines, the self checkout.
Toll booths were the worst, especially in New York City when it would just back up.
Yeah.
Back up.
I used to commute from Jersey into New York. Like even though I was born and raised in New York City, I owned a house in Jersey. Commuting to the city, and you had
Puerto Rico,
all over, yeah,
New Jersey,
Puerto Rico, New Jersey. I lived in Philadelphia for a while. I was, up here in Rochester. But I'm an East Coast boy. Last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, I drove my roommate all the way out to the Seneca, because my roommate is 100% Seneca Indian, and he wanted to ride out to like the Seneca Nation.
So are you considering that not East Coast?
Well, no, I mean it's still East, but I mean it's the most.
I'm strictly East Coast.
I'm strictly East Coast, but it's the most. I mean, when you're driving past Buffalo and you're driving past when Buffalo is east of you, that's like. I mean, I guess there's the whole rest of the country. Probably says, "Hey, asshole." Of course, that's east of us. I don't know. It's the most east I've ever been in a car. I mean, the most west I've ever been in a car. I mean, I've visited San Francisco and California and San Diego, but
and now the Seneca region.
And now, I drove out to the Seneca. And the funny thing is that how
was it? How was your?
Well, it was I mean, my roommate and also my daughter. If I do my math correctly, my daughter is 37% Native American.
You sure it's not 38? Are you sure?
If my math is correct. And
the calculator, please.
And my mother's daughter is Native American, so my daughter looks Native American. My daughter looks like a little papoose, little feather.
Papoose, little feather.
So the funny thing is, I go into this building, and here I am, white boy. I kind of look like a metalhead biker, and the people are looking at me walking around like, who's this guy that kidnapped this little baby?
Child.
And then, and Cologne, my name being Christopher Cologne. Cologne is
Mr. Cologne!
Mr. Cologne! Cologne is a surname of Columbus.
Oh.
So I'm a descendant of
their enemy.
the Native Americans knew that a descendant of Christopher Columbus walked into their building, they probably would have scalped me with an arrow or something.
Give you smallpox or something. Oh man!
But it was.
They knew who was in their territory.
And it was so cute,
like a terrorist.
Yeah, because we were up on the reservation, and and it was, and now. So what happened was my roommate was taking he had to like register every year you register with the nation. So I'm walking around with my daughter and there's people like looking at us and like this one woman like, hello little one, because it was very obvious that my daughter, with her, straight hair and everything, my daughter is part Native American. And, because of me, she's half Puerto Rican, and then she's part Native American.
Now she's like Little Rican. She's not even sort of.
Well, see, like
below that.
Puerto Ricans, there was, if you want to call them native, the people that were native to the island, if you want to call them Native American, there was called the Borinquen tribe.
Okay.
And that's why Puerto Ricans call themselves Boricua. I don't know if you ever heard that. Boricua. Boricua comes from the tribe of people that were there before the Spanish people came and fucked everything in sight. So
I thought it was like some crazy name that they all.
Yeah, the Borinquen. The Borinquen tribe was the Indians that were on.
So philosophical.
Yeah, no, I'm a know-it-all.
Yeah.
So I guess technically she's Borinquen and Seneca and Cayuga.
She's a little Boricua.
She's
Cayuga,
and then you got my fucking conquistador ass. It's my job to conquer and.
Well, Mr. Columbus over here.
Yeah.
What percentage is she now then?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. No, well, because her mother is Seneca, Cayuga, and I think a little bit of British or English or whatever you want to call it. So, like I said, if my math is correct, my daughter is 37% Native American.
She's gonna get a good deal at college.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm definitely gonna play that up because because that's the whole reason I took my roommate to the Seneca thing because he gets a check from the nation, and the building was gorgeous, but he said that that's a new building, that the old building was a piece of shit.
Right.
But he goes, this is the money from the casinos. And the building was really nice. And the reservation, it was, and we went like last Friday was like the weather was gorgeous, so like it was like really nice to go out there. Oh, it was really really nice, and of course like I had to stop by the store and get tax-free cigarettes.
That's a must.
$3.
Even if you don't smoke, you have to go get it.
So I bought Seneca cigarettes at the Seneca reservation.
Right.
Well, actually, in all fairness, I didn't buy the cigarettes, so because trust me, people, I am broke.
Well, did you get that free?
My roommate bought them for me because he wanted to thank me for driving him out there.
It's a free thing you got. Did you get something?
Well, no, and they gave me a pack of free cigars, like little cigars that kind of look like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because it said they actually had like a whole bunch of them open on the counter, like take one, I'm free. And then I took one. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And the woman's like, you want to take the whole pack? And I was like,
she's probably scared of you.
What?
Like he's not my kind. Who is this? Take whatever you need. All the money's in the game.
Hey, before you take our fucking land, let me give him some cigarettes so you can get the fuck out of here. But
the girl, she's not yours.
But she's like, if you want the pack, you could take the pack. So I said, all right. So I got like 2 packs of Seneca cigarettes, which are like $3.
Yeah.
And then these, I think they're called Warriors. I swear to God, the cigar is called Warriors. And but technically, for the people I owe money to, I didn't buy them. My roommate bought them. And he paid for my gas and everything. Because, like I said, we drove. It was 2 hours west of here. You know what I'm saying? Like it blows my mind that actually, I always think of Buffalo as. Excuse me. We were east of Buffalo. I always think of Buffalo as west, but it was weird that Buffalo was east of me.
Yeah. Suddenly you're like, ooh. Never been to the side.
Yeah, and it's like it's so funny that I'm so spoiled being from New York City that the rest of the state. I can see why the rest of the state hates New York City because the rest of the state is so gorgeous.
Because when you look at the map of New York, it's so funny how little
New York is just this tiny little speck of fly shit.
That's the only thing that exists. Like people that live there are like, this is New York. Whatever's up there, there's not that many people or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like this is where everyone is, and then it's like, well, you drive upstate and there's actually life going on.
And you leave and you tell people you're from New York, everyone thinks you're from the city.
Right, exactly. No matter where you go, they're like, oh, you're from the city? I'm like, no.
Yeah. How many times did you visit the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, and it's hard to explain. Like, no, I'm upstate, 6 hours.
I'm 6 hours away.
Oh, house. Was it like, say, no, it's not like he's on the TV.
Well, see, and that's the whole thing is that, like, my friends from New York City think Rochester is like a fucking one-horse town.
Oh, yeah. And, I was like,
and it's like, no, there's a city. There's crack here. There's drug dealers here. There's
people were like, did you live on a farm? I was like, no, it was suburban area. We had houses. But there's a city.
Yeah, it's a full-blown city. I mean, it's all fucked up. And, I mean, it reminds me of, like...
It's like a shooting every night. It's a real deal.
Well, one of the worst areas is by that baseball stadium. What's that?
Frontier Field.
Frontier Field,
Terrible,
which reminds me of the Bronx. Like the Bronx, like where Yankee Stadium is.
Right.
Yankee Stadium
it just looks gross
is one of the worst fucking neighborhoods.
Like you don't want to be there.
And unfortunately, I mean, I just know from the people that I've dealt with that like they're literally heroin spots.
Oh yeah.
Across the street from Frontier Field. And there's crack houses across the street.
It's a nice field, like stadium, like it's like.
But I think
just surrounded by it, like
because it's in a fucked up area, so the land is probably cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So it's built like in the Bronx, you know.
So there in New York City, there are other places, okay?
Yeah, and my buddy Eddie, who's a cop in 44th Precinct,
Eddie,
which is the precinct that covers Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
About 3 blocks from Yankee Stadium, there's a plaza. They have a downstairs movie theater, and it is the most unsafe. You know, they call it Perp Plaza, like perpetrator. They call it Perp Plaza. And the funny thing is that, like, if they're having a slow night, just go to Perp Plaza.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not called there already, and you know, and the joke is like, it's a movie theater underground. There's actually exactly. There's stairways from the street downstairs. With like, I mean, they have cameras there, but come on, you're just begging to get robbed and killed and murdered.
A lot of people that go there. There's something like every night, or is it just like
there's usual? It's the usual there. Like I said, they call it Perp Plaza. And then the funny thing is that, like, let's just say he's working 4 to 12.
Okay.
You know, go there at 11:30. You make an arrest, and now you're getting a beautiful sweet overtime from you know. Because that's that's the trick.
Down at Perp Plaza.
Yeah, Perp Plaza. You go to Perp Plaza at 11:30. You pick somebody up because you're bound to find it. You're bound to find some fucking crime. You know, as much as Giuliani cleaned up New York, Perp Plaza is still Perp Plaza.
Yeah. Can't take away the Perp Plaza. And a tunnel too. Like
it's like all underground. It's an underground mall. But the top part looks like a strip mall. Yeah. But then there's a whole underground part to it. But it's just, and when I was a kid, I went to that. You know, my uncle lived a couple blocks away from Yankee Stadium, and I remember going to that theater when I was a kid. But I guess
the place to be.
Yeah, it was just, and it's so funny that as dangerous as it was, I mean, my family went there. You know, and I mean, it was,
we have birthday parties there. We're going to Perp Plaza.
And then we're going to Mickey D's. You know?
Yeah, right. Perfect day. Yeah, that is creepy. Who would you pitch that idea to? And everybody be like, okay, we're going to build an underground movie theater.
In one of the worst neighborhoods in the Bronx.
And it's going to be safe. It's probably like the cops or something. They're like, you know what, we need an area where we know perps are going to go.
Well, that's, I mean, like I said, I mean, like, Yankees, you know, the Frontier Field. Right, Frontier Field.
Yeah.
You know, Frontier Field is in a bad area. It's in a drug area. I mean, you know, even though it's upstate, that doesn't mean that there's not drugs up here.
Oh, yeah,
there's not crime
I remember
up here.
somebody asked me, like, are people really happy in Rochester? Like, I feel like you live in like a happy neighborhood. Like, everybody's fine. I was like, I guess some people are happy, but there's like a lot of shootings in the city.
Yeah, there's the ghetto.
People on bikes and like singing songs. I'm like, what? What world do you live in where that exists?
Well, I mean, there is down by the Village Gate Mall and Park Avenue.
Where it's like real.
Like we went to that comic book store, that Park Avenue Comics.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice area.
There's like a couple streets where it's like nice, and then like after that, people think like the whole town is singing and dancing together.
No, it has its ghettos. It has its nice parts.
Yeah, we have a variety. It's diverse.
You know, and obviously the nicer parts are like the parts that have, like I've been to that planetarium, the Strassenberg Planetarium.
Oh, my friend went to that. She loved it.
Yeah, and you know, it's cool. You know, so obviously, and it's like everywhere else. I mean, you know, like in the city where you have the Hayden Planetarium in New York City, that's a nice area. You know, that's, you know.
I know, it's so funny to me though. There's New York City there. Mentality of what's upstate. Like, they
think everything is horses and
yeah. You have a car? It's like, yeah, we actually drive upstate. We got our license. It is. I remember this one girl. She was straight. Where was she? Oh, Staten Island. Mm-hmm. And she was in my class. I was a senior. She was like a freshman, and she just drove me nuts. Just like she clearly never been outside of Staten Island, sort of person. Uh-huh. And somebody was saying like they lived on a farm way upstate. Mm-hmm. And she was like, there are farms in New York. And I was like, really? Really? You didn't know that? I was like, where do you think you get your
Staten Island's all highways and...
Where are you thinking you're getting your food? Like, I couldn't believe it. And then after that, I was like, I can't listen to you anymore. After that statement, you're cut off.
Now, where'd you go to school?
In New Rochelle. It was, I am in college.
Oh, okay. The truth is in the people at Iona.
They changed it that long. Oh. I don't know. Their new commercial is like, earn a degree that matters.
No, it was the proof. It was, again, I guess I showed you how old I was. It was, the proof is in the people at Iona.
That's just sold me to go there. I gotta go now.
So, alright, and we were talking about before the podcast, which you're going to bring up again. You're going on vacation.
Yes.
You're going down. I guess by the time people hear this, you'll be back. So
yes.
They're not going to rob your house
or anything. Yeah. Nobody robbed my house.
So you're going to North Carolina.
Yes.
North Kakalaka.
North Kakalaka.
I think it's North Kakalak, which is like the ghetto.
Is that the ghetto?
Yeah, North Kakalak.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
So you're going. So
it's called Outer Banks, but people call it OBX, and I don't know why.
OBX.
Yeah. Like you'll see bumper stickers with OBX. I'm like, all right.
Oh, Outer Banks. Oh, okay.
Because
I could have. OBX, isn't that like a skateboard company or something like that?
That's where I'm going. It's a town. It's called Nag's Head.
Nag's Head.
That's pretty cool. I was like, really?
I mean, I've heard of Sheep's Head Bay.
Yeah, right? Nag's Head.
Nag's Head.
Yeah.
And what is it? Is it like cheap to go there? I mean, I'm assuming. I guess everything down south is.
Yeah, it is. It's reasonable.
Well, we are generalizing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's reasonable, and it's really. They're like known there for like their huge houses. They're like all like 3 stories high.
3 stories. Okay.
And with like they always have like a game room at like the bottom. Pool tables and all that. They all have pools.
So like this is like what they call it, timeshare or something like that, like a timeshare vacation.
No,
place,
you can just like rent out like houses.
Oh, okay.
So you don't. I guess you probably do timeshares. I wouldn't be surprised, but you just like look up how like they have so many, and you just these people rent out their houses in the summer because I don't know where they go.
Yeah.
But they go somewhere.
Well, I mean, I know there's a lot of people who like, I mean, people that I do that they'll buy a house in North Carolina, and that's going to be like their retirement house. Like for the time being, while they live in New York City and work like a state job, they'll rent it out and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe that's, I don't know, but they have like housekeepers that come, maybe like to do like the trash and that, and then clean up like your bed, or I don't know, stuff like that, but you never really see them, like we're always not there, but it's just like, there's really not much to do but get drunk and have fun, because there's not.
So you're going to go to another state.
So, yeah, exactly.
Just to get hammered.
Just to get hammered and get some, gonna get a little tan, gonna get that, can't really get that here right yet.
Yeah, because it's still kind of chilly to go out.
And then they always have a hot tub. It's
a little chai-li.
Yeah, it's a little chai-li. It's a little chai-li. Yeah, and then it's just all beach. It's basically just chill town USA.
Now, because shit, that shows you how horrible my geography is. There's no beach, right? Or is there a beach?
There's a beach.
Oh, so okay, so there's a beach.
Yeah, it's beach and restaurants, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And then these houses.
Oh, okay.
And then friends of ours are getting like a house by us, so we go to people's houses.
You go to each other's houses, which
it sounds so stupid just to go to each other's houses, but they are different. Like, so it's just cool to go.
Is it like a bunch of guys, a bunch of girls? Is it
a bunch of girls?
Oh boy!
It's a movie fest. Sorry.
Oh. Well, hello.
Yeah. Well, hello.
Hello.
I'll let them know.
Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. My name is Chris, and I'm a Gemini.
Yeah. I like calling on North Carolina Beach. Yeah, so it's basically just hang out and do nothing, which is basically my life now, but now I'm just going into another state to do that. So
it sounds like fun. It sounds like
there's really cool houses. It's like you can't really explain it unless
take
you go
pictures.
There. And there's like 5 king-size bedrooms.
Nice.
So I guess that's good. Nobody's stuck with like a bunk bed or something. Then you have to hear that whole trip. Nobody wants to be that person.
Now, because you're saying there's no like city to drive into, or
not that nothing major.
You said there's restaurants.
Yeah, it's like restaurants that they have. You know what they have there that I tried for the first time? What is it called? Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been, but I've heard.
There's none around here.
Yeah.
It might be some in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, there are.
Yeah, and then you can't like go in and sit. It's not like
it's all driving, right?
It's all driving. You push up and you could get out and sit.
Now.
And somebody comes out on roller skates.
I was about to say, forgive my ignorance, but is it roller skates?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you have a choice to wear them, but I think that's when they come out with the roller skates.
Yeah, that's. I got to give you credit because I'm not going to be on roller skates for 8 hours, especially if you're handling people's food. Fall and kill yourself.
I know. I was like, what happens if you just drop it all? Like, you just press a button and you order your food. They come out. You
gotta love
the
United States. Yeah,
it was pure genius. I loved it. It was amazing.
Now out there, do they have the drive-through liquor stores? Because I know we don't have them up here, but I heard they have them in the South.
I think they do, but I know we didn't use it. I know we went into one because we didn't know what we wanted.
Okay.
We wanted to see, but I feel like we saw one.
That's awesome.
And we were like, genius!
Yeah,
that is genius. And they really should invest in that around here.
Yeah, it's probably
a legal thing.
Yeah, it's probably like a legal thing because, but yeah, if there was driving liquor stores,
anything go on in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's pretty much because.
I mean, if you've got a Sonic, you've got to drive a liquor store.
Yeah, it's
that's just how it is.
You need that onion rings on your burger and vodka.
Exactly. That's just how it is. That's their mentality there. That's Southern comfort.
Yeah, I've always, I've always wanted to go. I just, not that I want to go. Actually, no. What am I saying? I don't want to go.
I want to go on vacation this week.
Yeah, I want to go on a real. I haven't been on a real vacation in about 8 years, 9 years. Like,
Chris.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere.
You need to get on there. You should go once a year.
Yeah, I don't.
It should be a lot.
That's the last time. Yeah, I haven't. I mean,
where would you want to go? If you could pick. Well,
I mean, the funny thing is that I could. I mean, my natural thing is to say Puerto Rico because, like I said, now unfortunately my grandfather passed away, but my aunt has the house now. So, but from what I understand, I'm always welcome in the house. So.
If you flew over there and like, why don't you get out?
And I mean, I already went to Vegas. I guess if I was to go anywhere. Like, let's just say, I would go to San Francisco. I have a friend of mine that she's a lawyer now in San Francisco. And, like, from an essence, San Francisco kind of has that New York vibe. Like, up here in Rochester, like, when you hang out Park Avenue, there's that bohemian vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I like cool, artsy areas where, So I would probably go, I would probably hit San Francisco, San Diego. I know they're nowhere near each other.
Yeah.
You're talking about long drives, but like when I was a kid, we went to the San Diego Zoo. We went to San Francisco.
San Diego's really nice. I've been there like years ago.
Yeah, I would hit, and from when I say San Diego's a little more hip, I would like to go down to Los Angeles. I'd probably do the touristy thing and like do the California thing. Yeah, like go to California, and the funny thing is, to them. It's the skanky,
right?
It's all
like not place to be.
Yeah, it's not, it's the, from when I say like Hollywood and Vine is like a fucked up neighborhood, and I guess the same thing for us. Like, I grew up in downtown Manhattan. I could walk to the ferry that goes to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And I never, the only time I went was when I was going to day camp.
Usually they do like school trip too, like
school trip. When I was a kid, I was on the top of the World Trade Center. But only because I was in day camp. I never went with my family. My entire life, I've only been to the top of the Empire State Building once, and that was because I was on a date with a girl who actually she came from Jamaica. It was a girl that was visiting New York. That's the only reason I ever went to the top of the Empire State Building was to visit with her. So she can see it. Statue of Liberty. I've never been to Ellis Island. I did. I've been to the Intrepid. The Intrepid's pretty cool. The big, the seaport. I've been to the seaport a million times. Like you can walk to the seaport from where I used to live, and and it's just, it's just a gorgeous view.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I used I used to bike ride. That was like my thing. Even though I was a chubby kid, I could bike ride all day.
Because you were eating 4 dinners a night.
Plenty of energy, plenty of rice and beans.
Yeah, he needs to burn off his energy.
And let me tell you, me and my buddy Aramis, and it's funny when I think of it. Well, not like I was a very daring kid on a bike.
What did you do?
Taxis didn't scare me. Buses didn't. I used to like dart in front of people. Like, had I just hit the tiniest bump, I could have been under a fucking bus. You know what I'm saying? If I knew my daughter, like if my parents knew what I was doing,
right,
they wouldn't have never let me leave the house because. And me and my buddy Aramis, like I said, I lived in southern Manhattan. We used to drive all the way to the southernmost tip, which is Battery Park. Now, mind you, this was way before. Now there's all bike lanes.
Yeah.
You go to New York City now, it's all bike lanes. This was before there was fucking bike lanes. It was like, fuck you. You're sharing the road.
Why did they put it in bike lanes? Because of the food people?
Because fucking Mayor Bloomberg wants to make it like, accessible. Like they say, like bike lanes, you're trying to ease up on the smog because if more people commuted on a bike. And you know what? Fuck you.
Because too many of those like takeout places, you know, they have bikers. I thought they were getting hit all the time. I feel like that's happened.
Yeah, I think he feels that they're trying to. It's going to reduce, and all it does is produce more fucking traffic because, it
is the most annoying thing.
Right where I used to live, before it was fine, it was nothing wrong. Then they painted big islands in the middle, so it could only be one car at a time. And now they actually put big giant pots, big planters. And it's like, and then so between the planters and the fucking, and the bike, there's nowhere to park. As much as I love Lower East Side Manhattan, when I go visit my mother, I want to fucking tear my hair out. I love New York City and I can't live there anymore.
Right.
The area's been so fucking gentrified and so,
you just gotta get a bike. You're not seeing it.
Yeah, I gotta.
You're not seeing the right view.
Yeah, but I'm coming from Rochester. I'm not gonna ride a bike from.
Well, you can just fly there and run a bike. Sure, you could buy one at like the airport.
Yeah, it's like.
Because
you know what it is. I mean, I speak the praises of the Lower East Side all the time, and I'm pretty sure that people are like, well, if you like it so much, why don't you fucking live there? And it's like, I can't. Trust me, I could if I would. There's nowhere to park. The fucking rents are ridiculously high. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't do it.
The only reason I go there now is to visit my mom. I mean, all my other friends have moved out. I mean, of all my friends, the people I grew up with, I would say 3 of my friends still live there, and 2 of them are only there because they still live with their parents.
Okay.
And then the other 2 are paying like $2,000 a month. And I'm like, for that money, do like what I do. When I lived in Jersey, at least I bought a house.
Yeah.
I was paying 17. I was paying less than them, and I own fucking property. They're paying $2,000 for an apartment that, there's nowhere to park. There's I don't know.
There's no point. If you live in the city, there's no point in getting a car.
Yeah. Well,
it's just too much.
I'm spoiled.
Did you have one growing up?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, my father always had a car, but like I said, the neighborhood it was a different world back then, and now
I feel like if you live there.
And plus, I mean, as a teenager, I learned real quick that having a car means having a girlfriend. I couldn't get laid all through high school. For the few that were kind and generous enough, but once I got a car, it was definitely a world of difference. And let me tell you, for my guy friends who don't drive and were still getting laid, they got game because after all is said and done and the girl's got to take the subway home, that's game. Because at least I was always like the fat guy, like, okay, I drive you home. I drive you and your friends home.
You want me to drive?
You need a ride? But definitely having a car definitely up the chances. Cause, and if I was a girl, I'm fucking taking no subway. I ain't giving you no ass if I gotta fucking take the subway home. Fuck you. Cars equal women, in my opinion. And it don't even have to be a nice car, just as long as
So you didn't need, when you had a car, you didn't need a flashlight at the time.
Oh no.
Is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've had a car since I was 18, and there's a reason why. I've had a car since I was legal enough to have a car.
He's not getting rid of it.
Oh hell no, I would not.
What was the car you had?
My first car was a Chevy Beretta,
nice.
which It used to belong to the sister of my brother's girlfriend.
The sister? Okay.
Yeah, so I guess if my brother married her, she would be my sister-in-law. Now, what happened was, there was nothing wrong with the car, except she got into an accident. She got hit by a car. I mean, she got hit by a bus.
Oh, nothing wrong with the car.
But the whole, so the whole back quarter panel of the trunk was gone, was demolished.
Was she okay?
She was okay. She survived it. Yeah, I swear to God, it almost looked, it was an exact cutout of like a dent inwards. Like if it's supposed to be out like that, it's in like that. And of course, for the people, imagine a chunk missing out of the back of the trunk, almost like a perfect 90-degree chunk missing, because she was hit by a bus. Luckily, she was safe and everything like that. But since she was shaken up, she wanted to get rid of it. So, I mean, I gave her, decent value, No, well, that was my brother's girlfriend's sister, and she was way out of my league anyway. Yeah, she was great. And so, I got the car for her. So, I was able to, this is how I'll get on. I, put together the rear view lights with, duct tape. Okay, yeah. And, every, month or so, I had to, reapply new duct tape because the water would fuck it up. But the funniest thing is, I collect stickers. I still collect stickers. So I had a sticker that said, "Beware the dangers of driving drunk and drugged." Okay. And I put that sticker over the smash. So people, people cracked up. I mean, I would see people in my rear view literally laughing and pointing and stuff like that. So,
You're teaching them a lesson.
Yeah,
it was saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, it was a nice little sporty car, and it's the cousin of the Corsica and well, the Beretta was the sportier version of the Corsica, and it was.
Was it white?
And it was blue. It was I used to call it. Her name was BB. Every guy names their car. It was BB, my blue Beretta, and BB. BB helped me get laid. BB.
BB was wingman.
Yeah, BB. I mean, you got laid before the car, but after the car, it was just so much.
It just went to a whole new level.
Yeah, the hood rats love a car.
Everybody loves a ride.
I've had my share of hood rats.
Thank God for BB.
And okay, so we're hitting the 1 hour. We're past the 1 hour mark.
We always do that. Hey,
yeah. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Don't forget to visit www.doublejackpot.us, where you'll find, it's your link central. You'll find links to our Twitter feed at Comic Metal Games, where you can find updates about my next book. The website's originally for my first book, Double Jackpot. My second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, is coming out soon enough. You can order my first book there. There's, like I said, links to our Twitter account, where it's at Comic Metal Games, where you can learn more about stuff about this podcast. Oh, Jesus Christ. Updates about this podcast. There's the links to this podcast if you found us some other way. And so on there you'll see the link to our iTunes account. Once again, if you found this way, we are now available on the Stitcher app for Android phones.
Stitcher, baby.
So go on Stitcher and just search Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Do it, I dare you.
You'll find a link to our... Most importantly, my eBay page where I'm selling comic books, video games, heavy metal memorabilia. If you like this show, support it. I'm not asking money for nothing. Get yourself a deal. If you really support this show and say, look, I want to give them some money, but you get something in return. You're getting a good comic book. You're getting a good video game. You're getting something heavy metal related. So visit www.doublejackpot.us. If you like the show, share us with your friends. Link to us on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, WordPress, Blogspot, everything. Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, everything.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So, once again, thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Thank you.
Bye. One love.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking, are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah,
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. It's just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.